Hi everybody, it's Diane. I am back with those collage strip narrow art journal cards. You probably read that in the title. And yes, I'm doing movie stars. Did anybody else figure I'd get around to that? And yes, they all happen to be silent. That actually is kind of coincidental. All of these I've talked about before. I haven't talked too much about this one or two. Well, I'm sure you know that's Charlie Chaplin on top, right? You know who the kid is? It's Jackie Coogan, and that's from the movie The Kid, if you've never seen it. It's one of the more famous of Charlie's and of the silent era in general. But Jackie Coogan was a pretty well-known child star in his day. His father was in movies. He was in a couple of the Buster Arbuckle films. And if you're still not, you know, a bell is not going off in your head, that's Uncle Fester on the Addams Family TV show. And there's probably a few people right now going, "You're kidding. Get out." No, it is. I think it looks like him. That's a slightly out of focus photo, so it's kind of hard to see. If you look at the shape of his face, I can see it. Other than that, well, I think that needs a little grunging up. I saw that movie, although it's been a long, 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 long time. Okay. And since I'm starting with a focal thing, I have a feeling your hostess here is going to start making these more like, regular collages, not like let's tear this, not like a scrappy thing I've been trying to do lately. So either that's just the way it goes, or you're gonna have to shout at me real loud. And yeah, now my dogs are milling around. You guys just have to go out now. Well, I don't want to cover up these numbers. I think that's cool. That's some old computer paper or something or other. Well, that fits. And I will say, all of these pictures kind of printed a little large. I didn't really want them that big. I wanted them a little more like not a main focal type thing, really. But I mentioned this once before. I don't know if all computers are like this, but when I print something from my laptop or desktop, I mean, you cannot, it doesn't give you any measurements or anything. Okay, we'll move it along. I don't understand that. And I don't understand much about computers anyway, so that's okay. But I don't know why they don't give you some sort of guides or show you. I mean, I know it's the paper size, so that's what I'm guesstimating by. But these all turned out kind of big because it doesn't give you measurements. And it should. Yeah, do you have a problem? All right. Let me pause and let one of my dogs out. I'll be right back. Okay, I pieced Rudolph together while my dogs are noodling around outside. I grabbed a different text. I thought this other one was too busy, too many words. All right, this is Mabel Normand. And I believe that was colorized at the time. It was a postcard. Germany for the Germans. I don't think she was German. I would have to double check that. I'm not sure where we want her. Well, she has some flowers there. I just saw, I'll never find it now, a paper that had, here, no. Little orangey flowers on it. No, you'll never find it, Diane. Alright, well, there has to be other flowers in here. No, that's two competing. Well, that color is good. So we're expecting rain today, which is good. It hasn't rained for a while, which means I keep having to water my plants. But we'll see. Just because they say rain doesn't mean it's going to rain, correct? Alright, Mabel, I'm giving you about 5 more seconds, and then we're going to move on. No, too busy. Okay, I keep taking stuff that's too busy, then let's look for something plainer. Oh, here's the paper I was thinking about. And that's too light anyway. Okay. At least I found it. That makes me feel better. Alright, what about just something plainer? That's not bad. Yeah, actually that's pretty. Okay, we need something on top though. That's a little dark. Well, maybe up there we could get away with it, more of a print. Alright, that's kind of cute. It's a little short. Maybe it'll fit. But we'll make it work. We're running out of room. Alright, I've mentioned him several times. Although there, he's not in costume and he does not have his mustache. So that might tell you something. That's Douglas Fairbanks, Sr. Is it upside down? Yes. Alright, that's kind of cool. And he's not running and jumping and scaling walls and stuff like that. So how are we supposed to know that's who it is? There's a movie I saw kind of recently. Ah, shoot, I forget which one that is. That might be A Modern Musketeer, but don't hold me to that. He climbs a church steeple in a town, all the way up to the top. And he's like, hanging on, kicking his one leg out. And it's like, dog, you're making me nervous. No. No. Doug, you're being a problem. Well, maybe he needs more one of these. Diane, would you please stop making videos first thing in the morning? I can't help it. I have time. Alright, that's very plain, but we'll doll that up somehow. What about the tippy top? Put a church steeple up there, huh? No. No. His photo is very cool. It's almost blue, really. All right, then where's the blue stuff in here? C. Okay, that's pretty good, but he doesn't have anything going for him yet. All right, we'll work with that. All right, Theta Bara. And I actually used that same photo once upon a time. I think it might have been the Twinchie, one of the Twinchies I did of her. I did a couple of her. And I believe that is colorized at the time too. It's not a modern colorization. Maybe that with Florence over there. No, too light. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I don't recognize this paper. What is this from? I really don't. It's lightweight. I don't know what that is. All right, I'll worry about that little edge on my own. Let's try to keep this moving along. All right, Florence LeBady. She's not too well known today. Although I've watched a couple of her movies. I did not see them on YouTube. I would imagine there are some here though. I don't know. And I'm sorry, I keep rushing the camera. I know, I'm in a rut. I do the same stuff. I keep brushing the camera. I probably say the same stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna pause and glue. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. Okay. What else, Flo? Yuck. No. No, okay. And a little something on the bottom. What about just one of these nondescript type things? No, wrong color. Wrong color. Wrong color. Boy, talk about repeating yourself. That's okay. Yeah, that'll fit. All right. Okay. Is there only one more? Yeah. Oh, you have to know who this is. That's Buster Keaton. That's from his movie College. Oh, that's kind of cool. Is this better? No. Okay, you have a little gabosis there, Buster. I'm going to pause because I've never said that before, right? I'm going to pause, glue down what I can, and then come back and we'll do at least painting, washi tape. I might go ahead and get little accessory things by myself just to give you folks a break. Okay, I'll be back. Hang on. Okay, everybody, we're up to paint, possibly a little accessory here and there. I think this one's good to go. And I was babbling so much about not being able to tell the size when I print something because that's so important that I forgot to point out that's Rudolph Valentino, which I hope a lot of you already knew that, but I was thinking while I was off here, I didn't say who that was, did I? I don't remember saying his name, but I actually went and double checked the video. I couldn't remember. Stop babbling and pay attention to what's going on. And I looked it up just out of curiosity, and as long as I mentioned it, I felt obligated. Mabel Normand is not German. She was Irish and French Canadian. Okay, I think that's good for him. Who was it? Rudolph Valentino. All right, that could maybe use something at the top, as in washi or something like that. Well, I don't know what though. Yeah, I really don't know what. I don't think I want it too colorful or anything like that because we already kind of have a lot going on. It's just that it's a little blankety blank up there. Okay, and you know why I'm doing this? I'll use the glue stick. I already capped my glue. In the movie A Fool There Was, she has on this really black, it looks like it's black and white, you know, it's a black and white movie so you can't tell, but skirt that at that time they were real long. It's big black, you know, black and white stripes all the way down. Okay, I'm sure at the time it was very stylish. Maybe a touch of color down here, such as green. Okay. It did rain a little bit, if anyone's curious. Not a lot, though. But it's kind of humid and cool and not the best day out there, but like I said, we kind of needed the rain anyway, so that's okay. Okay, boys. Looks like that's crooked on the bottom. Okay, maybe just some brown spatter type stuff. Okay. This one. Yeah, this could use a little help. Down here, right here. But then again, the old cards, which are out of reach at the moment, I made several, my hand's wet, I made several of them that were, you know, kind of just scrappy. They didn't have a lot of focal stuff. So these don't have to. But as you can see, I think I'm doing that anyway. I don't know why some of these washi tapes have these border things on them. I mean, what's the point of that? I don't like them. because you can usually see it on your project. All right. Oh, I didn't point out on Rudolph. Here, just a minute. Because I was babbling about not saying his name. These are real flowers and real ferns pressed. It's a Virginia bluebell. I think those were impatiens petals. And yeah, they're next to impossible to glue. I tore that one impatiens is behind the ferns is torn. And for any trivia buffs, Rudolph did study, I don't know what you technically call it, but some sort of botany kind of stuff when he was a teenager in school, and that was a job he had for a short time when he was in New York. It was some sort of gardener. I don't know if he was really a gardener, but it sounded more like gardening assistant type, boring manual labor kind of stuff with gardens. Which is not why I really put that on there. I just thought it looked good. But as long as there's a tie-in, why not tie it in, right? I plan to ink on all of these around the edges. I may sew yet. Alright, this one. I knew I had some of these. It's the North Church, is that what it's called? It's the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere, whatever it was, but it's a church steeple, so since I was babbling about that. And then anyway, this paper, this is scrapbook paper. It's a newer sheet I have, and it crossed my mind that it had blues on it, so I pulled it out, and sure enough, that's the year he was born. It's a little creepy. Actually, it kind of looks like his son there, I think. They're, you could tell they were related. Junior's face was shaped differently, but you can kind of see it in the eyes. I think just some paint, but I'm hemming and hawing about a color. That's why I'm saying, okay. But a little light spattering. Whoops. You should have covered it. That's okay, it came off. I thought I was going to be more careful than that. What can I say? Doug got me all flustered. Yeah, I'm still worried about him climbing up on top of that church. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Now that one is obviously pretty lacking here. I just did not know what to put there. And I didn't... You certainly could put another one of these flowers there. And I have ample. But I don't know. It just did not float my boat. I didn't even try it. It would give a good sense of continuity there. Okay, that's Alice in Wonderland. Can you tell on her chair with Dinah, her cat. But I don't know, I just didn't feel like being that repetitive for some unknown rebellious reason. I can't get it off my thumb there. So we learned all kinds of things today, didn't we? And actually, I did look up Doug's birthday because I thought that was the year he was born, but I wasn't totally sure. You will see this, I'm sure, after this date, but it was May 23rd of that year. And we are coming up on May 23rd in this neck of the woods today. Well, I suppose every neck of the woods is coming up on the 23rd. So actually, what sign is that? Is it Taurus or is it Gemini? I'll have to look that up. What I know of him, I would say he was a Taurus. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, is this the last one? Buster. And he's walking in the rain here, and as I mentioned, we've had rain. So how appropriate is that? Gee, Diane, the wonders just never cease. You know, it's a little boring here. There's a pattern in that paper. It's not bad. I don't know, if I put another washi, I know that's too much horizontal stuff right there. Let's see. Horizontal stuff. This is what they teach you in art class. Okay, class, today we're discussing horizontal stuff. Okay, I don't think it's too much, but I think the narrow is too narrow and it looks like it's lost there by itself. Well, and then if I add another narrow, that might be too much horizontal stuff. Yeah, see, that's too much. Okay, what about a pointing hand? And if this doesn't work, I think I'm going to leave it alone and then I'll just maybe sew down there. I think that's too much. Even though it kind of would blend in and kind of sort of go away, but all right, don't do this at home. Because it doesn't work. No. Don't use your wet paper towel for a palette. Don't dip into your paint lids without cleaning your brush. Diane, you're off. Well, I'm trying to stand back so I don't hit the camera. And now you can't see what I'm doing, right? I guess just take your pick. Do you want to get seasick or do you want to see what I'm doing? Okay. Okay, I think a little dark spattering because his picture is awfully dark. Okay, I'm going to let all this stuff dry and then see if I want to sew on anything, and then probably ink the edges, put all this stuff away, and then come back for show and tell. Hang on. Okay, all done. Rudolph is the only one that did not receive stitching. You know, if you're a stitchaholic, you could put some up here, a little here, but I just didn't think it was necessary. I stamped a few random numbers here and there in a couple places I thought were a little neglected. Mabel Norman, Theda Bara, Buster. And what started it was there was absolutely nothing here. And because the photo is cut, I thought it was too attention getting. So that's what started the number business. Florence LeBady, Douglas, and I wasn't even going to put a number on his, but the number that was already on my stamp from last time was 83. So, and then Charlie Chaplin and Jackie Coogan. Okay, so I have, including these now, I have 39 cards, and I keep making them. I think it's the size. I like the size. For me, it's easy to work with. And just for fun, I'll leave you with Douglas Fairbanks Sr. climbing the church steeple. And that really is him. It's not a stunt double. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day out there.